We're live and back.
But we missed you last week because
Oh my goodness.
the internet went down again.
It did go down again, but we do have a new IT company, so hopefully.
Shout out to Integra who did come by, and hopefully that will be resolved because we missed seeing you.
I know.
All
It was
last
weird.
week. We were all set to go, and we realized
We
we
didn't
weren't
have
on
the internet.
I'm Dr. Laura Dabney. This is Joelle Brandt.
Hello.
We both work with executive men and help them with their relationships. So we have talked about a lot of things over the last, what have we been doing this now? Several weeks?
Mhm.
Wow.
I would say at least a month.
Yeah, we've talked about emotions and how they protect themselves from emotions in ways that might not be a good idea. Right?
Yeah.
Like pathological altruism and
Doing everything for everyone
Right.
at the expense of yourself.
not being able to put up boundaries. We talked about boundaries. That was one of our more popular ones. We've talked about panic and anxiety.
Yes. Phobias.
Oh yeah, Joelle's phobia.
Yeah. I did kill an ant yesterday, so maybe I'm making progress. I don't know. Just the one.
Was it with a bazooka?
It was a shoe.
Shoe. Okay.
Hit it.
It's a
Okay.
little distance. Well, we've both been talking with Dr. Jed Diamond.
Yes, Dr. Diamond.
Yes, and we're both really fond of him. He is a psychologist who works outside of San Francisco. And he was played a big role in helping us understand men's emotions. He has a very similar clientele to us.
Okay.
So we really have a lot in common, and it's been a joy to talk with him. He actually wrote the book Male Menopause back in the 70s. And since then, he's gotten interested in what he calls irritable man syndrome,
Okay.
which is basically men who feel the only emotion they're allowed to have is anger.
Okay.
So if they're hurt, they're angry. If they're sad, they're angry. You know, everything has to sort of come out as anger. So that's been a really interesting.
So that's what he sees the most.
That's what he sees a lot. And that's what he's been writing about. So I was telling him about what I see and what we talk about, which is Robo man. And it's a little different than irritable man, but along the same lines, where men often feel that any kind of emoting is negative.
Correct.
Or effeminate, or something's not right with it. So they are trying to, and they will tell you, this is a conscious thing. They were trying to be robotic. I'm going to have no emotion.
Shut down, or not shut down, even just be.
Well, we might see it as shutting it down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because they'll just kind of involute is the other word I use a lot. They involute, they just go like a oyster into their shell. They just clam up, and there's nobody home. You just will not. You can't penetrate that, which can be very frustrating for people in their lives. You know, they're trying to get a sense of what's going on, and if there's an emotion attached to what's going on, they just won't. They'll just say platitudes or general statements.
They won't get into it.
Exactly. I know you've seen this with some of your clients.
Yeah.
And it's hard to pry them out of that shell.
Yeah. Yes, it's very hard because they just don't want to answer. So you still have to just kind of, like you said before, I don't know, but just slowly ask questions, or just keep trying to push them out of that comfort zone too. You know,
it's a tricky balance that we deal with in here. And that's what we're always trying to show you, how we deal with the problems that come to us. And it's a balance of, it's like a religion to them. Seriously, it becomes such a, I also call it the Superman cape. Mm-hmm. It's like they think this is giving them some power, but it's
taking it away.
Yeah, and they don't want it taken away. And I'm trying to show them how well worn. It's just that it's just fake.
Yeah,
it's worn out. It's not working. In fact, it's hurting them a lot of time. But they develop it because whatever happened, they had some dysfunction in their family. It doesn't have to be, we always talk about this, it doesn't have to be a trauma or something majorly wrong. The parents were horrible. I'm not saying that, but sometimes there are parents who weren't taught how to deal with their emotions appropriately.
one thing too that I noticed, it could be something where they just didn't realize to deal with the emotions in front of the children.
Exactly.
They might have thought that no, we can't, no fighting whatsoever in front of kids at all, or no disagreements. And so the children grew up thinking, my parents didn't ever discuss anything like this, even though behind closed doors they did. They communicated.
You bring up an excellent point. This is something that bothers me all the time when I have patients who will say, I didn't want to cry in front of the kids. I'm like, why? That's a great way for your kids to see that crying is normal and that you get over it.
Yes.
And that is how we get over it.
But that's, to me, that's one of the things too, is that, people are like, it's not my parents. My parents were, I'm like, no, it's not. I'm not saying the parents are bad, but it usually does come back to, what you saw and learned growing up.
Right. That's a huge lesson we need to teach our children.
Yeah.
Is how to deal with emotions. And a lot of people miss that. So what they do is they do what a lot of kids do in a stressful situation like that, is to almost declare war on the emotions.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not the parents who are a problem or have a problem, right? Because that brings up too much anxiety, especially as a kid. You're so dependent on your parents. It's the emotions. If I just didn't have these emotions,
yeah,
life would be great. I mean, it makes sense logically. It just doesn't really work in real life.
No.
Because if you don't deal with the emotions, they sit there and they cause trouble like anxiety, depression, panic, and certainly relationship problems.
Yes.
So they come and the other issue is, so they have this, they're not really taught how to do it, but then with men in particular, they get, what's the word? Praised, right. On the football field, in the classroom, in the boardroom, exactly, for being Robo man. Oh, you're so
strong.
You're strong. You're so cool.
Nothing bothers you.
You're a rock. How many times have we heard that? I'm everybody's rock. We hear that all the time.
Yes.
Well, you're not a rock and you're not a robot, so we need to deal with that.
Yes.
Military people, military men.
Yeah.
I see this a lot, right? So that's the tricky part, because there are times it's great to be cool under pressure.
Where you have to be.
You have to be, exactly, especially when you're in a war situation, or whether it's out in the battlefield or in the boardroom. It's true.
Yes.
You're on the football field. You have to think on your feet. We're so happy it's football season. We are so
excited for football season.
Some of us more than others.
Patriots fan, Giants fan.
But there's a Browns fan amongst us with my husband.
And an Eagles fan with mine. Whatever.
Not the Eagles fan. We don't like them. We're still not talking about that.
Okay, sorry. And back to it. So yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Subject there.
We could talk football for a while.
So they get praised for it. It's very hard for them to hear us say. So that's the part of the balance too, right? Because we're saying you won't lose that. You can keep that. In fact, we like that. How many people have we? If someone, this is what the problem with a lot of the school shooters are. They're not able to contain the emotion, right? They're acting out on it. So these people are doing the opposite. They're keeping it in and not acting at all.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's fine. We want you to do that, but we just need to add this piece when you're home, when you're not in the battlefield, when you're with your spouse or your significant other. You have to have somewhere you have to unpack that bag.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah. At some point you have to unpack the bag. It doesn't have to be in front of everybody at work. Probably shouldn't be in front of everybody at work. But that's another tricky part, because we're saying, you have to have some of this emotion has to be part of your relationship, or you have to emote to get over it. And they start to panic.
Oh yeah.
If I emote, I'll lose my edge. But I've never seen it happen in 20 years of practice.
Just gain so much more than you think.
Right. That's Freud's contribution. The emotionally healthy person is able to work and play, right? And that's what we're talking about, be able to move from the Robo man at work and when you need to, and then moving into marriage man. There we go.
Emotionally healthy male.
Right. Right. You can move in and out of that is the ideal.
Yes.
Not to be stuck in, we don't want you stuck in the emoting. That's not healthy. We don't want you stuck in Robo man because that's not healthy either. So it's that
balance.
Right. So I've been talking to Dr. Diamond about that. So maybe we'll get an article out of that or something.
That'll be exciting.
I know. It's really cool.
Okay. Oh, you're leaving me.
I am going to Richmond today.
Okay.
So I'll be with Tyler tomorrow. Maybe we'll join you from Richmond tomorrow. Sometimes we can do that. Sometimes we're too busy.
I think you're busy tomorrow, actually, but that's okay.
I had a busy week with the Monday being off. Did you
Yeah.
have a good Memorial Day?
I
Labor
did.
Day weekend.
Yes, yes,
Wow.
yes. We went to the beach with my family, my parents, sisters, our spouses, and all the kids, all 10 grandkids.
Oh.
Yes, and Ava loved the beach. She's
Little
there right
monster.
now with Lolo and Lola. She's the only one.
Oh, lucky her.
She's so spoiled.
So you're there all 3 days?
Yeah, we were there. And I'm going back today.
Nice. When's that over?
Saturday.
You have a week? Oh my gosh, that's
I
awesome.
know. I'm so excited.
Oh, good. I
Okay.
had a good one too. I was at a pool though.
I did.
No
I saw
sharks
that.
there.
I saw that.
Yes, that's right. It was on my Instagram.
I did.
That was nice.
Did Dr. Fanny have a good time too?
As obviously. He knows that man knows how to relax.
Oh, good. Well, we all need to
That's important too.
play.
All right.
You see, he knew how to
He
play.
knows how to play and he works hard. So he can work hard and play hard.
Good.
He needs to be able to play with the Browns. Sorry. Because
You know what? I'm not going to lie to you, Dr. Downey. They'll do better than they did last year.
but Joel just starts we start.
They're
this
gonna
every
win a game.
time. We always start this way.
I think they're going to win at least one game.
So there's
I will give them at least one game. I'm thinking 500, but I say one. I know you think 0, but
I have just been through this.
how many years have you been married?
27
Okay.
years, okay? And so we've been dating maybe now, known about 30 years. So this is the whole, we're going to do better, we're going to do better, we're going to do better. And just this crash and burn sadness comes in the fall
Okay.
until he is able to move on to the Patriot side, the winning side. So we'll see. But anyway, we hope to see you Thursday, if not tomorrow, depending on the internet situation.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for joining us.